my dear students. In this lecture, we are going to discuss Python MySQL connectivity. We already studied Python programming and MySQL querying. But in this lecture, we are going to discuss how can we connect Python with MySQL. So it will be very easy if you remember these steps. These are the steps for creating database connectivity. Okay. First, start Python. You already know. Then import package required for database programming. Import the package required for database programming. Then open connection to the database. Create a cursor instance. Execute a query. Extract data from result set. Clean up the environment. If you are studying this step properly, it will be very easy to write Python MySQL connectivity program. Import the package. Then open connection to the database. Create a cursor instance, execute a query and extract data from result set. Finally, clean up the environment. These are the steps. We'll explain each step with simple programs. So first step is, start the Python. Then first step is import package. So here we are using a package for connecting Python with MySQL. Okay, to connect to a database from within Python, we need a library that provides connectivity functionality. We already studied one function library called math library, statistics module, all those. In all those modules, a lot of functions are defined. Similarly, here also we need to use one library. Okay, so many different libraries are available in Python, but here we are using mysql.connector. So first of all, you have to install this package. Math function module or statistics modules, all those modules are already inbuilt in Python. But here we need to install this mysql.connector. Okay. So after installing, how can we use a package or library in our program? Use import statement that you already studied. Import mysql.connector. So this is the first step in your program. Import mysql.connector. Another one thing, if you are using math module and if you want to use sine function, how can you use the sine function? Math.sine or math.cos or math.power. Actually, the module name is also adding, then dot operator, then we are using the function. So here what we are doing is, here mysql.connector, the name is lengthy. So to replace it with a small name, we are writing like this: import mysql.connector as mycon. That means instead of writing mysql.connector at any other place, we can use this name mycon. Otherwise, you can write like this and use every place as mysql.connector. So first step is import the package. The package we are using here is mysql.connector. So what is the next step? Connection. First we import the package, then open connection to the database. So to establish connection with MySQL database, we use one function. That function is called connect function. It is a function of mysql.connector package. After importing this package only, we can use this function. So connect is the function used to establish connection with MySQL database. First import the package. Then how can we access this method? mysql.connector.connect, or simply you can write mycon.connect. Okay. Then here we are creating one connection object. Here the name of the connection object here is con, C-O-N-N. This may be any valid identifier. Another one thing, in this connect function, 4 parameters are there. Okay. One is host name, another one username, then password and database name. Out of these, first 3 are mandatory. Okay, you have to provide the values for these, and database name is optional. So first one is host name, that is a database, server host name or IP address. Normally we are using localhost. Next one is username. Username is the username of the SQL. Suppose any username you are provided for your SQL, then that is the name of your name you have to give for user. The next one is password. Password of the user. Sometimes if you are installing SQL, we are giving some password, then that password you have to give. Then another one is database name. Suppose if you selected a particular database, you can use that one, otherwise just skip it. So these are the 4 parameters in connect function. mycon.connect user equal to, here you have to give the username, then give the password, host, then database. Okay. So after creating connection, you have to check whether the connection is proper or not, whether our Python program is connected with MySQL database or not. So for checking the connection, we are using another one function called isConnected. Okay, this is the name of the function used for checking successful connection. Okay, so what we are doing is, first we import the package, then we call connect function and create one connection object. Then what we are doing is, we are calling mydb.isConnected. mydb is the connection object dot isConnected. This function is also defined under mysql.connector. Okay, so mydb.isConnected is used. It is if it is equal to mydb.connected. If the connection is proper, it returns 1. 1 means positive. Okay, for checking the connection, we are using isConnected method. If it is true, that means the connection is successful. Otherwise, it shows error. So normally what we are doing, first write the package, then use connect method for connecting with the database. Then we are going to check whether it is connected or not. Okay, so you have to write your connection object dot isConnected. If it is equal to true, then just display the message connection is okay. Otherwise, display error in connection. So this value returns 1. That means it is true. If it returns any other value, that means error in SQL connection. Okay, this way we are checking. So first 3 steps, first import the package, then use connection. To open a connection, we are using connect method. So these are the parameters. Host equal to localhost. Username, if there is no username, just put one blank here. If you are not given any password, you just put blank. Then check the connection. For checking the connection, we are using isConnected method. Then after creating connection object or connection, after creating connection with MySQL, next step is create a cursor instance. Using this cursor, we are communicating with MySQL. Okay, MySQL means how can we access MySQL, or through which language? SQL. So we are writing SQL statement in cursor object. So we need to create a cursor. So a database cursor is used to execute statements to communicate with the MySQL database. It is used to execute to communicate with MySQL database. Okay, that is through this we are passing our queries. A database query is a special control structure that facilitates the row-by-row processing of records in the result set. Through this cursor, we are getting our result set. So for the row-by-row processing also, we need a cursor. So after creating connection object, next step is create a cursor. For creating cursor, we are using the function cursor. Okay. So here the syntax is cursor object. You have to write any valid identifier equal to connection object. In the previous case, what is the connection object? MyDB. Okay, MyDB dot cursor. This way we are creating the cursor object. Connection object dot cursor. So here the name of the cursor object is my cursor. This way we are creating cursor object. only after creating cursor object, then we can communicate with MySQL through SQL queries. Okay. Then next is execute SQL query. So we created cursor object. Once we create a cursor, we can execute SQL query using execute function. So cursor object dot execute, in the bracket we have to give the SQL query. For example, here our cursor object is my cursor dot execute, then in bracket what is the query we are going to execute. Okay, here given select star from student. So the retrieved records, so select star from student, suppose in the table 5 records are there, that all are kept in my cursor. The retrieved records are stored in cursor object. That retrieved records are called the result set, that also stored in cursor object. So this way we are executing the query. Okay, so just how can we create a cursor instance and how to execute a query, all those steps are given in this program. First import the package, then use connect object, connect function for connection with the database, then create the cursor object. Cursor object we are create using cursor function. Here we are using which one? MyDB. MyDB is the name of connection object. Then execute the query. Here another one query is given, create database score. Okay, this way we are creating cursor instance and executing the query. After executing the query, the result set is stored again in cursor object. This also give another one example, show databases. In the first step, import mysql.connector is there. Here no short form is given. Okay, so here also we can write like this, mysql.connector.connect. Otherwise, if you are given write any name, mysql.connector as a, then you can write a.connect. If you are not giving any name, just simply use this one. Then using creating cursor object, then mycursor.execute show databases. So here in the case of show databases, suppose 5 databases are there, all those 5 database names are stored in my cursor. Then if we want to retrieve it row by row, we can use it using result set. Okay, fetch function is there, using fetch function we are retrieving the result. So what do you mean by result set? It refers to the logical set of records that are fetched from the database by executing an SQL query and made available to the application program. Okay, these are the logical set of records that are fetched from database by executing a SQL query. So this result set we can extract from different way, extract using fetch method. So different types of fetch methods are there. So all these are available in cursor objects. That is why we are using cursor object here. 4 methods are there. 3 methods are there for fetching the data. Fetch all. Fetch all means it will return all the records retrieved as per query in the tuple form. Fetch all retrieves all the results. Fetch one retrieves only one record from the results. Suppose show databases have 5 database names. If you are giving fetch one, it retrieves the first database name only. Fetch many, in bracket we are giving n. N means suppose 5 database name are there. If you want to retrieve only 3, then you can give fetch many, in bracket you can give 3. It accepts number of records to fetch and return a tuple where each record itself is a tuple. Then row count. Row count is used to retrieve how many records, or suppose in show database 5 records are there. If you want to know how many are there, then you can use row count. So it is a property of cursor object that returns the number of rows retrieved from cursor so far. So this way we are extracting data from result set using fetch function. Fetch all, fetch one and fetch many. So this is an example. All first 4 lines we already discussed. Then we are retrieving the result. For retrieving the result we are using fetch function. Here using fetch one. Okay, so it will show only one database name that is stored in data. Then printing the data, it will show the name of the database. Then after doing all connectivity or after performing the connection between connectivity, then finally we have to close the connection. After all the processing, close the connection established. Initially we are creating a connection with the database. After completing, we need to close it. So the syntax is connection object dot close, that is mydb dot close.